course I went live. But I'm in a place called Tunbridge Wells. Don't have much time, but I thought I'd take you on a little walk. I'm going to show you underneath here are windows that have been glassed in. This is a Cartier shop. Oh, they've got a Santos. Of course, I don't need to put the price up because if you need to know the price, you probably can't afford it. So, I guess a upper middle class royal town. There's a tax collector working for the system. Poor lad. Yeah, I've got a little mission there on, but just quickly wanted to say hello. Welcome to the few new subscribers that have come since that David Weiss thing. As you can see here, people say this is to take their beer barrels and coal, and those over there will be covered with a basement below. And if you go up this slope, no doubt you will find all sorts of strange construction associated with recovering from a mud flood. The moon is just visible through there. I don't know if you can see it, but okay, this door is probably not in use anymore, but the floor for this building is below. That's the level of the floor there. So my last vid, see if I can turn the camera around. It's been a while since I got a couple of people just come say hello. Much love as a Tessic warrior. I've seen you around a bit. You got on Martin's stream the other day. I don't know how you managed that. He's never invited me on for a stream, Martin. Yeah, I hope you're well. You seem to be pretty prolific. But I did a video the other day on the rotation and the lack of drag, basically, that would, if we were rotating, that the sound you made east or west would not be able to catch up. There's obviously covering. These will all be covered for the downstairs. There will of course be a downstairs in this place. Oh, there it goes. Down below, and all of this glass work here is covering up the basement below. So yeah, I don't know whether it was that or one guy, oh sorry man, your name escapes me, but he shared my video and a whole bunch of folks came along as well, and somewhere along the line a bunch of globalists have found their way to the channel. It's been a while since I've had all of that, and I entertained them for a little while, but you know, it's like walking into a Catholic church and telling them that their belief system is skewed. They won't want to hear it, and they'll probably kick you in the teeth and tell you to fuck off. So I don't do that, you know. I don't go into that. I mean, obviously I'll do a hit and run on like a SpaceX bullshit. Have you guys seen my video on Elon Musk? Elon's mask. Again, more covering up of reality. Same with Elon. I don't know what Elon is, but whether it's a woman they're covering up underneath that. But people actually believe that Elon's got some money and he's making decisions and so on. He's a script reader, and if you haven't seen my video on him reading script, as you can see, this shop has a downstairs basement, downstairs section. Of course, I'm just guessing there's only one floor downstairs. I popped on Truth Seeker 2 video yesterday. They were doing it live, and someone on that stream made the point that they believe the trains, I'm walking over a train bridge at the moment, but our train network, I don't know if she or they were referring to the American system, but I've said this for years that the British network was probably dug out. So that goes down here. And so I think what happened was they dug it all back out after the mud and reclaimed they reclaimed the train lines. I don't know that they actually did all of this, other than in the Victorian era. I think this bridge work over here, all this bolted steel, is Victorian. I don't have any issue with that element of it, but the original line would have been down there or thereabouts, and that would have been your street level. It's not hard to kind of reverse engineer, dig it out, or reverse engineer in your mind, and dig out the poison. Sorry, pal. Let me just get across here. Yeah, so I had some nice comments come in, and I appreciate that. I'm hoping to do a little bit more live action, maybe in the streets, in the due course. But you know, we've been bouncing around, as you probably may or may not know. We still don't have a home, so we've been bouncing around, keeping our heads above water. But something that's become super apparent, I could just take a quick walk back here. I haven't planned anything, but I can take a quick walk back here and see what would be. Look at that. It's all downstairs there. It's all downstairs. You know, it doesn't take much to find ample evidence of, and this is later on, it's a later construction. Take a walk up here, and this is a tack on at the end. It doesn't take much to see that, you know, you've probably seen the Santos Bonacci explosion of emotion there, and you know, I'm not going to give the man a hard time, although I think some of the things he said I can't really jive with. But look here again, plenty of downstairs. Can you imagine being the builder, being told you got to dig this out, and then when you're finished, I want you to fill it back in here. I want you to dig it all out there, put a retaining wall here, but when you finish digging downstairs here, which is another, obviously downstairs is a floor below us, you're going to fill it back in again. You're going to put dirt back up against your wall. Yeah, it's really unlikely that people would actually do that. I can walk through here maybe. Yeah, this is Victorian arching. So what they've done is they've taken houses. They would have had houses here and houses here, and then they've put an archway over top to make this arcade. Very flash nowadays. I'm not really paying attention to the chat at the moment. It does mean straining my eyes a little bit, and just wanted to make this point that we, in the truth community, we know how much we've been misled. Well, we have an idea of how much we've been misled, and that's a trauma. Eh? It's like we've all been traumatized. There's no one that's not been traumatized, and that traumatization happened before you were born. So there's no one escapes it in one way or another. We're all the product of that, and it's great to be curious and to want to know the answers, and to you know, stop this system in its tracks. But I know from my moving around that the majority of people, here's another tax collector. Okay. It's a good day at the office. Every ticket. Okay. You know, we like that guy, you know, hey, I'm only doing my job, mate. Anyway, but we know that we've been damaged, and we want to know the truth. You know, we're like, fucking call it out. But I can tell that the people are not waking up, not in the way that we feel we need. And you know, maybe that's that's not necessary, you know. I don't know what's necessary, but I do know that our own trauma is really the key to this, because it's like a labyrinth. You know, the only way is towards the center, towards you being the center. And the more we spend our time down the rabbit holes of this maze, the less energy we have and impetus we have to work on the you know, the inner you. So with that being said, Andrea and I, my wife, I don't know, she's been doing some really deep trauma coaching work, particularly focused on childhood trauma. Since I love the irony, old church, if it was ever a church, with a bank in it. All of them robbing you. But she's been doing this deep trauma work. I'm on a training course as well for working through my own trauma, but ultimately helping others to assuage, to address their own trauma. You know? Let's have a look here. Nothing too exciting, no. But this will be covering up the downstairs. You could see it more obviously. Let's have a look at this next building. We'll show it. Yeah. You see this? You don't know. I haven't walked here ever. But whoa, that's a deep one. Reminds me of me and Sven in Bournemouth a few months ago. You know, again, dig deep holes and then cover it all back up again and create water traps. That one, this layer here goes another set down. It'll be hard to see, but through those stairs I can see at least one more floor below. Anyway, I could walk all the way down there and you'll see all of that evidence. But and I can easily find myself getting caught up in arguments with those who just do not want to let go of their spinning space rock. Did you see my not angry, but my rant in Oxford from 2018? I've made it I came across it the other day. So I put it up my channel. It's like the first video you see if you go there. It's kind of, to watch. I haven't watched it again, but I watched the first 2 minutes and then I was being really heckled that day, really heckled. And I just went, wow, this is the story. And that's how I'm still a little bit like that. You know, I still want people to know. I'm like, wake the hell up. You know, it's helping this game continue its dark system of control while you continue to hold on to their beliefs, their religions. You know? And maybe that's how it's meant to be, you know. Who am I to say? But what I can say is each of us can get lost in that, just as well as watching Netflix. You can get lost in it. And I think that the mature thing to do, whilst continuing to study history or science, if that's your thing, is to be doing the work on yourself, unpicking the wounding, the trauma, you know, which holds you from freedom. And freedom is really what we want. And to know that we are this divine spark of the Creator. We are it. Hopefully I'm in the right place. So I've come to the car park. I've got to go and get the family, lift them down the hill. That we are it. Yeah, I have. Is not quite. Is what it's I think what it's all about. You know, that's the purpose, is to go in, to be the center, or to be the, you know, the prison condition. So, you're working on yourself. Are you releasing And I come from that angry place of, you know what, I will call it out, and I will shout it out. I'm not saying I won't continue to do things like that, call it out, but equally, I have to heal myself. I have to free myself, because the freedom comes within, not without. I think once you're free within, then I think I found my car. Yeah. Once you're free within, then you'll be free without. So let me just quickly say hello to you. Hey, it's a Tetic. Yeah, okay. Thanks, man. Well, look. Maybe you'll see me on Sunday in Speaker's Corner. Take care, man. I don't even know how to end a stream anymore. Bye-bye for now.